Céad Míle fáilte romh go léir agus bonna clá fáile páric. Dobar dan in Dobra Doshli. Hello and a very warm welcome to the Embassy of Ireland here in Ljubljana on this Ireland's National Day, St. Patrick's Day. A particularly warm welcome to the many friends of Ireland here in Slovenia and to the Irish communities in both Slovenia and Bosnia-Herzegovina. The past year has been a year of challenges, but also a time to reflect on the importance of communities. Communities locally, nationally and internationally. At this point, I have the great honour to introduce An Taoiseach Micheál Martin TD to make some remarks on this Ireland's National Day, St. Patrick's Day.
Happy St. Patrick's Day, Slovenia. Benachtaína fáile pádraig ormh go léir. Tá áthas orm a bheith caint lebanúh thar ceann mhuintir na hÉirden agus lá le pádraig á ceiliúradh going in ngár is a géin. Gach áit inar féidir ló, tá ár muintir ag achcheangan leis an bobal má gúrd. Ár bobal ag achcheangal le na chéile, agus éire ag achcheangal leis an domhan. Mar sin féin, tá scá ár geiliúradh imlíne leis an déan leathas agus rial dlí fi bhagart. I am delighted to be able to speak to you today on behalf of Ireland. Our celebrations this year are tempered by the reminder that democracy and the rule of law can never be taken for granted. And so, this year especially, let St. Patrick's Day be a moment to recall and to extol human fellowship, empathy and solidarity, true values of a republic. For let there be no mistake, this is a decisive moment for democratic freedoms and values everywhere. 100 years ago, our country was taking our first decisions as a sovereign democratic state. An early act on the international stage in 1923 was to join the League of Nations. Multilateralism and international cooperation has shaped who we are from the very start. In 1955, we joined the United Nations. 3 years later, our service as international peacekeepers began. Ireland today has the longest unbroken peacekeeping record of any nation in the world. Peacekeeping is a proud tradition ingrained in our culture. 50 years ago, we voted to join what is now the European Union, a union formed in the ruins of war to create unbreakable bonds of peace across Europe. Our European Union membership has added new rich layers of identity, of belonging and of solidarity. And so, on this St. Patrick's Day, I say with confidence on your behalf, we reassert our unequivocal commitment to democratic and humanitarian values by standing with the people of Ukraine. We again declare our unshakable support for the rule of law. We are one with the people of Ukraine. Their freedom is our freedom. Their struggle is our struggle. Friends, Céad, after 2 long years, we are emerging from the COVID-19 pandemic. We have learned a lot about ourselves. We know we are resilient. We've also seen how much each of us depends on the other. We are facing new challenges, but we will face them together and we will prevail. Our people are reconnecting with their communities. Our communities are reconnecting with each other, and Ireland is reconnecting with the world. That spirit of connection will guide us in the coming months. I believe that Irish people everywhere will respond to what is happening in Ukraine with the same energy, compassion and conviction that we have showed during the COVID crisis. We will be tested economically, personally, institutionally, but we will respond as a proud member of the community of democratic nations and as citizens of a republic. I would like to take a moment to pay a special tribute to Irish people across the world for the manner in which you have faced the pandemic. Ireland is immensely proud of how our people at home and abroad responded to the crisis with humanity, selflessness and generosity. Our healthcare workers, our aid workers and our peacekeepers all represent our country with great distinction. There are countless examples of our diaspora reaching out the hand of friendship and of care to the more vulnerable members of our community during difficult times. For that, I thank you. Over the past 2 years, the richness of Irish artistic output has kept alive a flame of hope, a welcome reminder of human potential when we felt most powerless. Ireland salutes you all. And now we're all called upon again in a new and terrible crisis. Together, we will rise to this challenge and the other great environmental and security challenges that face the world. We will work in unity to protect and restore international law and the principles of the UN Charter. We will redouble our efforts to ensure peace and stability across our European neighbourhood. We remember those we have lost in the pandemic. We will honour their memory by strengthening our bonds of community and implementing real change that reflects the important and often profound lessons we have learned. Ní neart go cur le chéile. There is no strength without unity, a sentiment that has a special resonance at this time. We stand together and we stand with the international community of democratic nations. We stand for a better world and we stand against autocracy and oppression wherever they appear. We stand with Ukraine. Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Thank you, Taoiseach, for those remarks on St. Patrick's Day. It's now my great pleasure to introduce a piece of music. It's a harp trio by Michael Rooney, Niamh McGlowan, and Elsa Kenny. The piece of music is called Planxty MacClancy, and it's set in the grounds of Lizadell House, Sligo, which was the family home of Constance Markovich and Eva Gore Booth, and was also the subject of a poem by W.B. Yeats. you to Michael Rooney, Niamh McGlowan and Elsa Kenny for that truly magical piece of music. As W.E. Yeats reflected, thinking about Lissadell House, it's easy to think that time is our only enemy. Thank you for joining us here today for this brief celebration of St. Patrick's Day. I very much look forward to meeting you all in person at some point in the near future. Thank you and goodbye.